What is up, motherfuckers? It is I, the Angry Jackalope, the Angry One. The title of this video is probably explained to you. I'm talking a little bit about the Expanse. Yes, the Expanse. I am that guy. If you don't know who this gentleman is on my fucking shirt, his name is Amos. And Amos is a badass. There's a show. It was on Sci-Fi. It was called Expanse. It got canceled. It was later picked up by fucking Amazon. Amazon continued to put it out. That in of itself is a miracle you don't see happen with a whole lot of shows. Now, the Expanse is based on a book series, and I did not know shit about the books. Had no idea about them. Never knew they existed. Watched this, I started watching The Expanse when it first popped off on Sci-Fi. Frankly, was a little bit bored after the very first episode. Didn't watch again. When it got canceled and everything, there was like a thought in the back of my head, like, oh well, if it stayed boring like that, maybe that's what happened. And then I got to watching The Expanse on Amazon one night. I thought to myself, fuck it, let's give it another chance. Let's kind of watch it. Watched first, second, third. Was like, holy shit, this is actually really fucking good. And complete transparency and honesty, the main reason I watched it is they had a character named Miller, who is a dude that played Punisher. He's been in a lot of things, but he played Punisher, and I liked his rendition of the Punisher in the movies, and thought, you know what, I'm going to ride this out because this is actually pretty good storytelling in of itself. So then I watched the whole entire thing. Then I geeked out about it, told my wife, she sat and watched it. I watched it a second time with her, and she's not a sci-fi person, but she liked it, and she really liked the characters. She loved Amos. I think for obvious reasons, but anyway, and then I had a wild hair up my ass to read the book because I'm a writer, and part of being a good writer, as Stephen King has said, is not only do you write a lot, but you read a lot. And so I was kind of curious as to what kind of stories, as it was written, would be good enough to be made into a TV series that got canceled and then picked up again by Amazon. Well, let me tell you, the books are fucking amazing, and it's really kind of a cool concept because, not a cool concept, it's a cool experience when you watch a series and you get these characters that you've seen on TV, and then you read the book. It makes some of it a little easier because if you do the reverse and you read the books, then you have these characters in your head, and then you go to watch the show, and you're like, no, that's not Naomi. Okay, Naomi's fucking gigantic, tall chick, blah, blah, blah. That's a little petite, firecracker. She's cool and everything. That's not Naomi. But even though I'm reading in the book her physical description, I'm still picturing Naomi from the TV series. Now, what's really cool is you watch the TV series, and there's some subtext that you get from body language and whatnot, but you don't get the internal thought process and stuff that you get from books or whatever. So as I'm reading the books, it's filling in a lot of the blanks, why certain characters acted a certain way that didn't make sense to me when I watched the show, but reading the book, I was like, oh shit, I get it. Especially between the dynamic of Holden and Miller. Holy shit, book one just fleshes that out perfectly. Like, you're like, okay, I get it. That makes so much more sense now. And it's cool. It's cool like that. And then, you get to, it's funny because in book one, there's no Earth interaction whatsoever. In the TV series, Earth is mingled throughout the whole fucking thing. So you're kind of like, okay, whatever. So the writers of the show did a good job. And it's kind of like you're going from point A to point B. In the book, it's very short. But then in the TV series, it's like this long, and it goes all over this and this and this. But overall gets to the same destination, right? And what's cool is even the stuff that was nowhere in the book is kind of like director commentary, right? You find a bunch of shit in there, you're like, oh, that's great. Okay, yeah, I like that. And there's some stuff that happens in the books that really get you from point A to point B, like like that. If you weren't paying attention, you'd miss it. Go, wait, how did we get here? And then there's, certain characters that are dead on from the book to the TV series. And there's characters that are nothing, in the book, nothing like the TV counterpart. And and then there's some that you're like, wow, really? That's the character, like Prax. Oh, Prax's character in the book, I didn't dig him. He was pretty inept, and I think for the TV series they made him a lot more able, and it's kind of interesting. In the book, it's a lot more tragic, a lot more realistic. I guess in the book, it's a lot more gritty and a lot more realistic. And so I've read the first book. I'm almost done with the second book, and it's funny because I already know the plot twist and I already know what's going to happen, but I don't care. Like, I'm completely enjoying it. I'm on the second book, and you got Bobby Draper in there, and I love her. She's one of my all-time favorite characters in the Expanse series, and watching her pathway, from Mars to the UN, her role, and then seeing how it plays out is so different. It's so different, and in some ways, I like it. And then in some ways on the TV side, I'm like, I like that too. So you get kind of the best of both worlds. It's almost like you're watching the same set of things, but maybe it's an alternate universe where it's like one phase away. So there's some similarities, but there's a drastically different path. But so far, man, the TV series is probably some of the best sci-fi I have ever seen, period. Kind of like when Battlestar Galactica was out, except for the finales. It was great. It was great watching it and enjoying it. It was really good. And then Expanse comes along, and I'm just like, oh snap! Like, I loved it. I thought Expanse as a series was amazing. Like, I can go easily Angry Jackalope approved by far. It's just that good. If you haven't checked it out, watch the first few. And just know it's a slow burn in the beginning, but by the time you get midway through, it takes off like a rocket. But you got to build the character layering first, and then boom, there you go. The books, holy shit, the books are amazingly written. There are some heartfelt moments that are written so well that it just choked me up as I was reading certain parts. I mean, it's great when you're reading a book and you have laugh out loud moments. I mean, literally, you're like laughing out loud and stuff. A lot of that's because of Amos and his dialogues and his scenarios that happen, and he's just like, he says shit, you're just like, yeah, that's fucking Amos. And then, and there's some heartfelt moments. There's some stuff with Miller that I just was kind of wrenched as I was reading it. Like, man, it's like, really difficult character for the actor to play on the TV series, because he's really a tragic fucking character, and really good though. So far the books, I'm loving them. I haven't finished the second book yet, but if the writing continues through the series to be this good, I'll be excited. So what I plan on doing as I follow up, because I am a big fanboy now of The Expanse, as I finish each book, I will be doing a review on it. So the very first book, I think it's Leviathan Awakes or something like that. Leviathan something. Man, my son is just going bananas in there. Is a really good book. So I will be doing follow-ups on each one of the books as we go, and if you see my son on a regular basis, he's quiet as fuck, really mellow. Boy, that kid gets in this game, he starts going bananas up on that shit. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, I'll be doing the follow-up on each of the books, but those will be separate videos. But as far as just saying the Expanse series and the Expanse books, my recommendation at the very least is watch seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 on Amazon, and then start your journey on the books. Because for me anyway, like I said, it's kind of like director commentary. I know we're going to get into books 3 and 4, and I think I read something somewhere where they said this story starts to take a little bit from here, from this book, and a little bit from this book, and start to compact them in early on in the seasons. I haven't seen that yet. Like I said, I'm not done with the second book. I'm almost, though, and so far I haven't seen any drastic departures anyway, from what I've seen on the show. So that being said, both the books and the TV series are Angry Jackalope approved. Highly recommend, especially if you love your sci-fi realistic. And that's that. All right, guys, that's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe, tell your friends, far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Well, live life to the fullest, ride the bus to the wheels fall off, have some adventures, get some scars, find some love, and all that jazz. And I'll see you motherfuckers next time.